Many delegates this morning rightly said no country has ever taxed itself out of a recession. It's the ideas, it's the enterprise, it's the commitment, it's the effort, it's the work of hundreds of thousands of people that will get us through. It's not the 15 people up in Merrion Street sitting round a table deciding our future. But they do have a vital key. They have a key that will make the difference between whether those hundreds of thousands of people, their ingenuity, their innovation can be harnessed, or whether it is going to be trampled down. How do we maximise the job potential of this community? That's the challenge that people in politics must now address. We have been very clear. We have demonstrated the courage and confidence to invest now in the infrastructures that will be needed for the future. And we have done it in a way, as Simon Coveney has demonstrated, that will not cost the Exchequer one red cent, because it will be done on a commercial basis, opening up opportunities, using money that people have and want to invest in these strong infrastructures for the future, which can tragically be held back if government doesn't embrace that challenge. We want to also protect our tax competitiveness. We have a model that was built on low tax as being a key ingredient. We cannot at this time of crisis throw that out and think we can maintain our employment. We want to help viable businesses. We want to help, and you've heard it today, we want to help viable businesses to get through this. We have ideas that will change things, make it easier for them, help them get through, help them get the credit. But it's time that the government stepped out of their sheltered environment and started that fight for the survival of our businesses and the jobs that they support. To do that, we have been very honest with the people. We cannot any longer afford the cost of running the government that this government has built up. We need to find 20% savings in the cost of running government. And that's to be achieved by stamping out waste, by cutting overhead, by driving efficiency. Now, that is a tough change, and it requires dramatic change. And to do that, we have to create a high-performance public service, something that has been dramatically undermined by many government decisions. Decisions about benchmarking, decisions about decentralisation, decisions about setting up the HSE without reform. These undermined the professionalism, the commitment of our public servants. We now have our public servants trapped in a system that fails them. We want to make radical change that will back the ambitious in our public service who want change, that will end the tolerance of failure, that will name and shame underperformance, that will expect public service managers to shape up or ship out as well as happens in the private sector. We cannot go into this budget and respond to the present shortage of public money by a slash and burn strategy that leaves the bureaucracy intact, that leaves the system unchanged, but makes those people who waiting at the end of the pipeline for little entitlements from the state take the hit. That is not acceptable. We do not want to see this crisis dealt with by closing our theatres, by closing our hospital wards, by leaving patients sitting outside the gate. We want to see a system that encourages our hospitals to cut their overhead, bring in more patients, treat them better, treat them more efficiently. And that can be changed by completely fixing the budget system that is so deeply broken. At this time, one of the vital changes is power in our society must be held to account. For too long we have seen that the transforming power that swept through this country in the strong enterprise days didn't reach into many dark corners. One of those corners was the banking sector. Another of those corners is the public systems of public utility. We have not been well served by groups that are not committed to change. We need to see radical reform in the way we regulate, in the way we manage our banks. And we know who we want to save when we move to save our banks. It is not those who hold bonds and who knew they were walking into risk. It is the businesses and the communities who depend on funds. We want to see credit flowing again. And we are deeply sceptical of the approach that the government is taking. It risks using huge taxpayers' money, but not delivering the change and getting the outcome. We are at a time of dramatic transition in this state. We have huge challenges in the global economy. We need to create a smart state. We need to deal with challenges that are coming up the track, challenges in the environment, challenges of ageing, challenges that face every family. And we want to see a fresh social contract to address that. It can't be a contract that's built on protectionism, that hanging on to what you have. It has to be a contract that helps to reduce the risks to individuals as they embrace change, that helps to protect their pensions at a time when they are threatened, that helps to make it easier for people to get reskilling, that they don't have to wait huge lengths of time before they have the opportunity to reposition themselves. It has to be one that does not trap people in idleness as a condition of support. It has to be tough on regulation. That is a new social contract that we want to forge, that is appropriate and suited to the challenges of the new economy. Politics needs too to be renewed. Politics has been severely damaged. People look in and are dismayed at the mock battles, the battle for the soundbite that passes now as politics. We want to restore the seriousness to politics, to the politics that is about making power accountable, that is about shaping the choices and who gets what in our society. It's about making sure that we can spur high performance in our public service and in every walk of life. We do not say that brings an end to adversarial politics. No, what we need in this country is a strong government held to account by a strong opposition. Tragically, what we have in this country today is a strong opposition determined to make changes in this country, but hampered by a government who cannot see beyond the end of their long political nose to see that this country is crying out for change. This country deserves change. The solution to our problems is not some sort of a national government. There is no walk of life that you would say a cartel will solve what this country needs. We do not believe that in politics we need a cartel. We need change. We need the transforming force of change to sweep this country and once again lift our people who are so demoralised, who are so lacking in confidence. And that's what Enda Kenny will give you in a new government, which I hope will be elected sooner than later.